head of the Church of England will ask millions of British subjects to swear allegiance to King Charles.
The price tag for the King's coronation, more than $188 million.
Not my king! 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 Not my king!
Have you been here for any other royal events?
I've been to the royal wedding, I've been to the births, the christenings. You name it, I've done them all.
Yeah, well, we did it. Mum went to the Queen's Lane estate, so we queued for her. Then we were down for William and Kate's wedding as well, so that was good.
But all my friends here we've done many over the last quarter of a century. But this one's a very, very special one. When they come past in the coronation coach, we'll see the King Charles III, wearing the imperial crown, and also Camilla wearing Queen Mary's crown. And that's when I know we've seen a coronation, because we've got to see the crowns. And that's going to really hit me really good in my heart. Look, I've seen it.
Down with the crown! Down with the crown! Down with the crown!
I mean, most of these people are out today and they're giving it all, up the monarchy and stuff like that. Give it a couple of weeks' time from now, when they're struggling, when they find out they're not going to get their pay rise, see how things change then.
What kind of lesson do children get from the idea that people who, however dumb or poorly behaved or arrogant, deserve our devotion and our vast amounts of money and prestige? It's a disgraceful lesson to give children, I think. The whole idea of monarchy stinks, I think, especially as it was achieved only by violence and killing.
What do you think about this protest?
I think it's wrong, to be fair, you know. You're talking about all it is, but it's our country at the end of the day, like, it's the king, isn't it?
Great. Great words, David. Do you think the amount of money spent on this procession is a bit ridiculous?
Nah, but it's all our taxes are paid for it, isn't it? It's yours as well. Like, you're sat here watching something that you paid for, protesting it. What's the point in it?
It's worth every penny. Because it's not that much, it's probably about a penny to every person. Not that much. We'll celebrate we've been celebrating the royal family for over 1,500 years. Let's make this one special too. Let's continue celebrating, because no one does it better than Britain.
It's not true, first of all, that they make lots of tourism money.
Last year, Legoland and Thorpe Park had more tourists go there than the people that visited Buckingham Palace. That's true.
More people actually go to visit the royal sites of countries that have become republics, like France, for example, because you can actually go inside, whereas we can't go inside Buckingham Palace because they live there. Also, it's not true that they make more money than they cost. Whenever the official figures for the monarchy come out, they very conveniently don't include how much the security costs. So when you take that into account, they actually cost us more money than they make us.
I'm not prepared to just give up on the idea of us being a democracy in order to lure tourists. But for that matter, I don't think it's true either. You know, there's lots of republics around Europe which have no problem attracting tourists. If Buckingham Palace were open to people and the people, then maybe we'd get more tourists, not less.
Even if that wasn't the case, I would say, is making a few hundred million worth not having democracy? And I would argue no. But even if you disagree, let's have a referendum and vote on it.
You definitely think he's going to be a good king, yeah?
I do, and Queen, because he can't do it on his own. He's got to have the love of his life, his Queen, behind him all times, because this job he's doing is for life, and we'll be with him all the way to God bless the King.
God save the king! God save the king!
Do you think now it's getting more traction as well, now that Queen Elizabeth is no longer with us and Charles is maybe less popular?
I think that's true. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter who sits on the throne. It's, what I'm opposed to is the idea of an unelected head of state who, is engaged in our politics. But I do think in the country at large, people have to kind of convince themselves that somehow there's something virtuous about that head of state, and they can see that that's not true with Charles. So the kind of the magic begins to evaporate, the mirror begins to crack, and people I think see that they have to do quite a lot of work to think that Charles is an appropriate person to be head of state. So I do think it is a hopeful moment for republicanism in Britain, yeah.
young people now, like when they want to go to university and stuff like that, the debt they're going to come away with, that's astronomical. I mean, that's disgusting. Before they can even get on the ladder to buy themselves a home or anything like that, or to settle down and have a family themselves, they've got this massive university debt that they've got to pay off. Well, these people, they got so much. I believe they just look down on us, you know. We're just fodder. We're just fodder.
It seems like the movement is a lot more popular with the younger generation.
The younger people, see, they forget that younger people are well clued up. Not my king! 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 Not my king!
There'll be a lot of people joining you, but there's also a lot of people that are probably going to be protesting and not happy about the coronation
Oh, that's
itself.
up to them. It's a free country. We can do what we like, can't we? But I should imagine they would try and keep it peaceful.
I won't be thinking about anything at all. I'll be thinking about the King and Queen's special day on the coronation. I won't be thinking about anything at all about Bear. It'll be all about the King and Queen, their special day, and celebrating with us together. That's what's all in my mind.
People let them spoil their day, then they're in poor mind. We won't let nobody spoil this day. So I might not even see another coronation, so make the most of it.
Unfortunately, the police seem to be taking a pretty heavy-handed attitude. 5 of our organisers, including Graham Smith, have been arrested. They were doing nothing more than bringing placards down. Our placards have been impounded. So I think you can see the kind of chilling effect that recent legislation is having on the right to protest. You know, I think we are looking at a position where the right to protest, fundamental democracy, is hanging by a thread in this country. It's pretty shocking, to be honest.
There's monarchists here today, right there, who are sat in the road, which I don't have a problem with. They have every right to do that as far as I'm concerned. But if we sat in the road, I think there's a very good chance we'd be arrested.
And beyond to Trafalgar Square,